Hello, everyone. It's Phil Jones for Projector Reviews, and joining me is Mia from ViewSonic. And Mia, I love having you come and visit us. And today we're going to talk about some cool things that you have out that you want people to be aware of as springtime arrives. Is that correct?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm very happy. It's my pleasure to be here again. We had a really cool session with a winter gift guide, and now it's spring, so I definitely have some cool new gadget for you guys to take a look.
Exactly. So last time Mia was here, we were talking about a lot of their smaller portable solutions that work great for someone that's on the go, who lives in a dorm, or is just looking for their first projector that they can use for a variety of different applications. And based on that conversation, I really got interested in the M2. So I was like, hey, Mia, can you send me an M2? Because I think it's a really cool piece. And we actually did a review on it. And there is a huge amount of capabilities in this little guy. It was smart. The picture looked great. Had a lot of really, really cool features. But as my reviewer Jarrett was finalizing this review, all of a sudden we looked on the website and ta-da! There's a new model, the M2e. So Mia, can you talk a little bit about what is the M2e?
Sure. So M2E is actually, yeah, just like you mentioned, it's like a mini sister of M2. It's still 1080p. It's Full HD, while the size is even more compact. So M2E is like 60% of the M2 size, while the brightness M2 is better. But in terms of other features, M2E have some new revolutionary technology built in. So the most important thing is the easy setup. This one comes with auto power on, auto focus, and also auto keystone. So setup couldn't be easier. It's just immediately you adjust the projector, it adjusts itself.
And you have one behind you, don't you? Don't you right there? It actually comes with its own little carrying case as well. And yeah, you can see how small it is. Like it's even smaller than the other unit. And I'm looking forward to playing with that guy as well. And it's still, does it have smart features and all the other things that we talked about before?
To the building, there's a building app toy store, so allow you to download the apps you need, and so you can just connect to Wi-Fi. Then you don't need to have connect to other devices to play whatever apps you downloaded.
So if you're looking for a brighter unit and you're fine with it being a little larger, the M2 is still in the lineup. If you're looking for something a little bit more compact, but it may not be not as bright, you're okay with that. But it has even more precise focusing and auto keystone correction, and your budget's a little lower. Now you have the M2e. So ViewSonic continues to add more and more projector solutions for that type of customer, whether they're business or home, that's looking for a small, portable, powerful solution.
Whether you're a road warriors or you just want entertainment on the go, this one definitely will be the right choice for you.
Whether you're using it in a boardroom or a conference room to make a pitch, or whether you just want to set something up really quickly in your den to watch a movie, you are good to go. The last time we talked mostly about the portable pieces, but there's another piece that has really caught my attention. So one of the ones we want to talk about today, and I am trying to get a review piece from Mia, is the X100-4K. This projector is quite unique. So why don't you talk a little bit about this projector, Mia?
Yeah, so this one's our flagship model. Our X series is always a high-end LED projector. 4K for sure. I think that another benefit is this is a high brightness, pure LED only projector, because there are a lot of 4K projectors. They could be lamp, they could be laser, but you don't see a lot LED only projectors. And this one is super quiet. This is designed for installation home cinema market. So people who want the real home cinema projector, super quiet, really nice visual, ultra HD. then this is the one to go to. And then it's lamp free, so you don't need to worry about the spare lamps after an year of usage. And the LED benefits of LED is the true color.
You'll see lots of DLP laser projectors, but you don't see a lot of LED light source equipped projectors.
Right.
Because you're using LEDs, a lot of times you can get a richer colors from them, and the fact that they took the LED light source and added a lot of features that are very important to those people who are into that care about quality. So the first thing, noise. This is going to go in a theater, and you don't want it to sound like a jet taking off every time you're watching a movie. So having a quiet projector is quite important for someone who's looking for a cinema application. Rich colors, rich accurate colors are also important. So we talked about the fact that this projector has a LED light source, but you have the ability to really fine tune those colors to get a great looking image, which is something that would be demanded by someone who is in a home theater environment, and you would expect from one of their flagship models. Another thing that solves a lot of pain for us home theater people is horizontal and vertical lens shift. And this is the world's first LED home cinema projector that actually has horizontal and vertical lens shift. Now,
Right.
could you do lens shifting with digital? Yes, you can, but that kind of sacrifices some of your resolution. And if you're buying a 4K projector, you want all the resolution that you paid for. So is that correct, Mia? I think that's probably the principle.
Definitely the design purpose. We know that everyone, especially when people that are looking for real home theater projectors, that they care about the color and they have their own personal taste about the calibration and also, the installation. So making the installation as flexible as possible, while that we can allow, you have your own personal calibration, that's really important.
Setting up a projector can be a pain if you're trying to align it to a screen without using any type of digital correction or keystone correction. You have to take minor movements to the left and right and front and back to align it to the screen can be time consuming. And being able to do it via two knobs on the front and the zoom lens really speeds up the setup process. So when I see a projector that has that, that makes me happy. A couple of things you may notice about this projector as well is it's going to be a little bigger. That is because it has, to make it quiet, requires
Right.
bigger fans that they can run at lower speeds. Zoom lenses, horizontal and vertical lens shift requires a bigger lens assembly. So you're going to get a bigger chassis than what you would have had on a little guy, but there's a reason for it. I think Mia has one right there, right?
It's right here, and then you can tell by the size. This is definitely the flagship one. So yeah, so just like Philip mentioned, to achieve super quiet, low noise, then you definitely need a really great thermal design. So some space room to allow the the fan and the spatial thermal. That's the key to the to deliver the ultra quietness and ensure you can enjoy our theater level Harman Kardon speakers.
Exactly. So I get asked a lot, why are dedicated home cinema projectors bigger? And there's a reason for it. Like you said, thermal, keep the noise down, have the bigger lenses, the better optics, all that requires a bigger box. And guess what? But if you're someone that's looking for the best quality, you're okay with a bigger box. If you're looking for something ultra portable, Mia's got you covered. ViewSonic has you covered with something like an M2 or an M2e. But this is for a theater enthusiast, okay? And that's what makes this piece really, really cool. And I am looking forward to having the opportunity to play with this particular projector. Now, on top of that, even though it is a theater projector or home cinema projector, it still has a variety of other capabilities. It's still a smart projector. So you can control it with your phone. It has the streaming services. You can control it with voice via Amazon or Google Assistant. So it has all of the stuff you would expect for a home entertainment projector built into a chassis of a home cinema projector.
So that's it. That's like all-in-one. It's perfect for somebody who's looking for really good audio-visual experience, and also the LED. That means 30,000 hours of light source life, so you don't need to worry about it. Maintenance-free and filter-free.
If you look in the grand scheme of things, for a home cinema projector with an LED light source, it is very reasonable. So Mia, what is the X100-4K? What does it retail for in the US?
Right. So the street price, the retail price would be around $16.99. So it's you're going to get everything for the bang of the buck.
Try to find another LED home cinema projector with horizontal and vertical lens shift and smart features for $16.99. I challenge you, you're not going to find one. So that just shows you the level of performance, and I am very excited to get my hands on one. So when we were planning for this particular session, she told me about another projector, and they're introducing a new projector for the spring in the US called the PX748-4K. So Mia, can you talk a little bit about this projector?
Sure. So we understand, the looking for a good 4K theater projector is something everybody wants, but people all have different budget. So if you have a little bit more budget, X100-4K, that's probably the one you're looking at. But we also want people to enjoy really good 4K quality at an affordable price. So below 1,000. 1 grand, you can still get pretty good land-based for projector. That's PX741-4K and also PX701-4K. I think we introduced the PX701-4K in our winter version.
Yes, we talked about that at that time.
This is the upscale. This is the better model. What are you going to get on the PX748 versus the PX701 is this one is brighter. This is a 4,000 NC lumens projector. You can definitely use in a room with ambient light on, and also the throw rate is shorter. So that means that at same distance you're going to you can get just larger image. Even though it's land-based, still with the eco mode, the land life can go up to like 20,000 hours. So
now this is a big point. Before we continue on, Mia, I kind of want to hammer on that. Right. This is a 4,000 lumen projector. So sometimes you may need all 4,000 lumens to overcome maybe some ambient light. But when you're watching on a 100-inch screen with the lights off, the eco mode is probably it's gonna be more than bright enough. Which means if you find yourself running it a lot of times during the day, and at night, or mostly in eco mode, it will be literally years before you have to worry about replacing that lamp, even if you use it every day. So that's something that I do want to point out, because people go, well, it only has a bulb, and it's like, well, if you're running it in eco mode, because it has so much brightness, you're still going to get several years before you have to worry about it. So that's something that I always want to point out.
Right, and another great feature is for also installation friendly. This one, it comes like 1.3 times zoom, and also the warping tool, the built-in warping tool, allow the projector to project on non-flat surface, just to make sure the projection can fit in your which environment you want to use better.
A lot of times you see warping tool, a warping tool capability on professional projectors, and you may say, well, why would I need a warping tool? Because my screen is pretty much flat. I'm a big fan of when using outdoor theaters to use a stand-mounted screen, but I can't tell you how many people have saggy blow-ups, or their stand screen is a little warped, right? And the image never seems to fit. Well, the nice thing about the warping tool is while you're not wrapping it around like a pole or anything. If your screen has some issues with how flat it is, you can still get a nice non-distorted image. The lines are still straight, even if your screen is warped. So there's an application for this, even in a consumer type application.
This one
Exactly.
has the lowest input lag on projectors. So
Super fast for you gamers out there. So this can do what, 4 milliseconds at the higher frame rates now.
right, 4.2 millisecond, and then 240 hertz. Well, but just this is a 4K projector, but well, when you use the lowest input lag, the true resolution will be 1080p.
Exactly. Now, and that's perfectly fine, because if you think about it, if you go out and buy yourself a brand new PlayStation or a brand new Xbox, those have no problems running at HD at very high frame rates, 120 frames per second, with all of the ray tracing and all the stuff on to give you a really good looking picture. And a lot of times it'll look better than if you're trying to shove 4K down that line at 120 frames per second. So what you'll know is you'll end up with a very realistic looking picture with great shadows and extremely low lag, which is in fact faster than most of your buddies' flat panel television sets. So I do want to stress that. It may not be as fast as some insane geek mode gaming monitor, but a lot of times a projector like this at 4.2 milliseconds is faster than what you can get from a flat panel. You would have an
Right.
advantage playing on this projector versus a flat panel television set.
Plus, the screen can go up to 300 inches. Think about
It's
it.
true.
How much money you're going to buy? You're going to pay for like 85 or 100 inches TV, and this one can go up to 300 inches.
Exactly. It's a lot easier to see your opponent way off in the distance if your screen is 12 feet across, or 12 feet or 12, 110 feet wide. So there's a lot of, and if you haven't played games on a projector, it's addicting. When you're playing basketball and the player is literally 5 feet tall, it does make for a much more enhanced gaming experience. Now, there was a couple of things that I noticed about the projector when I did a little bit of research. The USB input, the USB-C input on the back is unique. I usually see a more traditional USB-A, so the C is new. I haven't seen that before.
Yeah, so USB-C make it easier for the streaming and then using your mobile devices. So yeah, that's definitely something. It's more modern.
And like a lot of phones, that's the cable that they come with. Now, does it have any smart features, Mia? I'm not sure.
No, this one doesn't. Yeah, this one doesn't have the built-in smart apps.
Okay, but that's where the USB-C comes in,
Right.
because you plug your phone in, your phone has the Netflix and the Hulu and everything else. You can send a signal from your phone using that particular cable, and it will keep your phone charged, along the way, because you're using the C to send the video to the projector. So you could utilize, so everybody has their media player in their pocket, and you can just basically plug it into the projector. So Mia, what was the cost again for the
Yeah,
for this model?
it's $999. So
Okay.
below 1 grand, you got all the benefits we just talked about.
Okay, so yeah, so under $1,000 for a great projector. And like I said, if you look at if you're looking for the very best that they offer, then you would look at something like the X100-4K. If your budget's not that big, or you need something that would maybe be smaller and brighter, that is where the PX748-4K comes in. And remember that ViewSonic has a huge amount of smaller, portable smart solutions that they offer as well, including the M2e, which Mia talked about earlier. So Mia, thank you very much for coming. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and hopefully I will see you in the summer. So take
Thank you.
care, and
Yeah.
we will talk to you soon.
Looking forward to it. Thanks.